Oh man, I wonder what game we're reviewing today. I don't know, man, but I hope it's a good game. Yeah, me too, folk. Oh, thank God. Alright, I'm gonna go put it in the thingy. One year after the events of Ninja Gaiden, in the realm of darkness, Aster, the one who's controlling the Jiku, is informed of his death. Aster forms a plan to take over the world by opening the Gate of Darkness. Robert T. Starjan, who works for the Army Special Intelligence Unit, is sent to find Ryu to kill Aster before he opens the Gate of Darkness. Robert tells Ryu that Irene has been captured and he must go to the Tower of Lahajin to rescue her. Ryu catches a freight train and battles a tribesman member of the World of Chaos, which is led by the Emperor of Darkness, Aster. After Ryu makes it to the top of Lahajin, he finds Irene. Aster fires a blast of energy from his sword and hits Ryu with it. Before Aster can finish the job, the radical Robert shows up and shoots Aster in the back. Robert demands Aster to give him his sword and surrender, but Aster escapes with Irene and tells Ryu to follow him towards the Maze of Darkness. After Aster escapes, Robert tells Ryu about Aster's plan to take over the world by using the full power of the Dark Sword of Chaos. Robert begs Ryu to stop Aster before the Dark Sword of Chaos reaches its full power. After Ryu makes it through the Maze of Darkness, Ryu hears echoes of Aster's plan in the distance. Ryu proceeds to catch up to Aster and Irene. Aster releases Iri but stabs her immediately after letting her go. The radical Robert arrives and sees that Iri has been heavily injured. Aster then blasts Robert with energy from the Dark Sword of Chaos and challenges Ryu to a battle. Ryu defeats Aster, and before he dies, he informs Ryu the forces of darkness will awake soon and urges the forces of chaos to overtake the world into darkness. While Aster is saying this, the Dark Sword of Chaos dissipates away into the air. After Aster's death, Iri tells Ryu that Aster prepared to open the Gate of Darkness, which must be destroyed. Ryu leaves Iri behind and tells Robert to take care of her and leave. As Ryu enters the world of darkness, Iri and Robert encounter a mysterious figure that Iri has seen somewhere before. Elsewhere, after Ryu defeats Colubarus, who noted that he fought against the Jiku, Ryu finds Robert laying on the ground, severely injured. Robert informs Ryu that Iri was captured again and he must prevent the Gate of Darkness from opening. Robert tells Ryu to leave him behind while he holds the demons off. Ryu eventually makes it to the evil altar where he finds Irene and the mysterious figure who captured her. The mysterious figure reveals himself to be Jiku, who was reanimated after his first confrontation with Ryu. Jiku reveals his plan of using Aster as a puppet to awaken the true evil. Jiku plans to use the Dark Sword of Chaos to use Iri's life energy to open the Gate of Darkness to unleash the demons. After Ryu wakes up from their sleep, Jiku then challenges Ryu Hayabusa to a fight, which he obviously loses. Before Ryu and Iri can destroy the evil altar, Jiku's blood awakens the Dark Sword of Chaos, which opens the Gate of Darkness. The Dark Sword of Chaos shocks both Ryu and Iri with its energy. The demon Jiajin returns from the Gate of Darkness and resurrects Jiku from the dead. Jiku then transforms into a demonic wall to face Ryu. After Ryu defeats Jiku by borrowing power from the Dragon Sword, the demon Zanzen is once again sealed away. The Dark Sword of Chaos suddenly breaks apart and the Gate of Darkness vanishes and disappears. Ryu escapes with Iri just as the temple collapses. After Ryu escapes the temple, he says that his clan and defeating the demons doesn't matter anymore now that she's dead.
Ah! No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
The dragon sword starts flashing and it brings Iri back to life. Ryu tells Iri that the battle is over as they watch the sunset from the distance. Again. Overall, it's a great story. The only thing I don't like about it is Robert and Iri because they don't do that much in the story. Hell, the only thing Iri does in this story is get kidnapped by the villain. That and Robert's supposed to be a radical D just because he wears shades and works for the military. The story is once again presented in anime-as fuck cutscenes. The cutscenes themselves look a lot better than they did in the last game. Before we get into the game, the title of the game is Ninja Gaiden 2: The Dark Sword of Chaos, while in Europe it's Shadow Warriors 2: The Dark Sword of Chaos. Now let's finally get into the game. The gameplay is once again a 2D side-scroller and the difficulty is more in the medium range rather than being difficult. Ryu can now crawl over walls instead of jump hopping on them. Most of the special weapons from the first game return besides the Spin Slash. The two new special weapons in this game is the Fireball and the Shadow Clones. The Fireball, when activated, will fire off a fast-moving fireball that travels downward at an angle. It's helpful for dealing with enemies that are out of your reach. The shadow clones, when collected, will follow your every move a second after you. However, you can only have 2 of them at once, and they won't move from their current position until you do. In addition to that, the firewall has went through a couple of changes in this game. You can now keep it until you collect a different weapon, and it costs 15 spare points per use. In this game, the Ninja Star is your default sub-weapon whenever you get a game over or start a new stage. While on the topic of weapons, Ryu's sword hitbox is fucking broken. I swear, 40% of the time it just passes right through shit. As of the enemies, the only enemy I hate in this game is the birds. Aside from the birds, that's about it. The stages themselves have hazards and gimmicks unlike the first game. Most of the hazard stages are fun and enjoyable. Besides the rain stage, because it's extremely fucking boring and annoying. I hate it because you have to wait for the rain to push you in the direction you need to go, and the fucking annoying ass enemy placement. The bosses are once again extremely fucking easy. Besides the Jiku because of his weird ass hitbox. Ninja Gaiden 2 soundtrack isn't as good as Ninja Gaiden 1 soundtrack, but it's still an amazing soundtrack. Overall, Ninja Gaiden 2 The Dark Sword of Chaos is a fantastic game that you should at least try. The rating is an 8 out of 10. Next time we'll see you guys on Ninja Gaiden 3, The Agent Ship of Doom. Anyways, peace out. Just a quick little update. The reason why we didn't have the story clips in here is because, you know, they don't really fit in with the game review, so that's why they're going to get their own franchise either in November or December, or possibly January. Anyways, peace out.